Hello, everybody. Welcome to my weird, wonderful world. Before I begin, I just want to give a small apology. I know I don't really need to, but I like to for not making a video the last couple of days. I was going to make a video on Friday, but I started at during the early afternoon once after I get up. I just kind of again become obsessed with ripping all my CDs to my to my uh to my 2 terabyte drive here. And at one point, I went to my brother's after I had just the right amount of CDs that I wanted on there, there's still about 40 more CDs I need to rip onto here. But, I'll talk about that later. I just want to say why I didn't make a video because when I brought this over to my brother's, we spent a few hours just going through all the music that I had on there, and it was splendid. It was worth all that those hours I spent. Oh, sorry, all those hours I spent already ripping stuff on there. So it was cool. It was cool, and it sounded so perfect because it's the first generation, you know, rip. So a first generation copy. So in the spirit of that, and because today I watched a little video by What Culture with Ewan from What Culture, excuse me, and he was talking about how physical media isn't dead. I'll leave a link to that video pinned down to the comments below. But he was talking about physical media, why he loves physical media, why he thinks that the death of physical media is a lie, and it is. I think it's still kind of a lie. It's still alive and well. It's not thriving like it did. It still has a major competition in streaming services, but I'm still. This is another attempt for me to advocate to people why you should embrace physical media, even and yeah, this is another video where I talk about physical media, but I'm going to give you some highlights that I haven't before, especially now since I ha- since I have uh now a Blu-ray Blu-ray player. I only have a few Blu-ray movies that I have. I mean, I have a couple more that I had from oh, I might as well go get that too because it's worth it. I had because I had a Blu-ray, a DV, a Blu-ray video of. Well, that's all it is a Blu-ray video. When I first bought this, I didn't know it was going to be a Blu-ray, but I love it. Again, I love having it. I love the book that you can, it's all like cool. There's all cool pictures in it. You know, again, that physical touch. As I go along, you'll understand what I'm talking about. The fact that I can open these up and on my TV with through my Blu-ray player, these look fantastic. Even DVDs, when I put them into that Blu-ray player, it upscales it and it looks crisp and clear. I've been watching I watched that movie Scanner Darkly with Keanu Reeves and and Robert Downey Jr. and Harrelson there. Yeah, I love that movie. I love that movie, and it looks so crisp and clear because it's animated in that. But still, it's a good test. Test. Every line, every detail was just impeccable, perfect. Then I played just for the whole color of it, and again, it looked beautiful. I played Speed Racer, the Wachowskis movies. Yeah, the Wachowskis they nailed the they nailed Speed Racer for that. I think it's a great adaptation, and it's probably my favorite movie of all time to feature a an ape or a monkey. Yeah, so a chimp. So but yeah, I these are my only Blu-rays that I have that's in movie form, and I'm still currently watching. Well, right now I'm still kind of watching that. I have I have the Attack of the Clones in there right now, and I'm not even really watching the movies. Oh, well, I am. I'm watching the movies, but I'm listening to the commentaries. I've watched the movies plenty of time. I know all the lines. I know what the movies are about. I mostly want to hear I want to see the visuals because they're crisp and clear and beautiful. But I also want to check out I want to listen to the commentaries. So I already listened to the first set of commentaries. I'm going to actually watch the second set of commentaries. So in essence, I've been watching them twice, basically because there's two commentaries for each of the Star Wars movies. So there's six there. I'm still going to try to eventually get the episodes 7, 8, and 9. But yeah, I've been watching these a little bit here, a little bit there. You know, one movie a week. Basically, I've been watching. Sometimes in the earphones, sometimes not so much. But yeah, but I watched this already. It's so beautiful having it all on one disc. It's all on one disc. So I remember when I had this on DVD. It came to a certain point when you had to get up and and change the disc so to watch the other half of the movie. At least with this, it's all on one disc, and it looks fantastic, and it was so cool. Just sitting down, putting it on, and watching the whole movie without an interruption. Yeah, that was cool. I like that. And of course, this was fun. This is when I'm glad I wanted to see it. I had seen the other ones, but I had not seen this one until I bought this, and then get to see it in the best quality. But talking quickly about some highlights here. What about these? Okay, yeah, I'm going to talk about the Matrix here for a box set. And again, talking about my love for physical media and why I don't think it's ever going to die, because you can't get something like this, by streaming. Not only would they, and they have, and they will, okay, step on your favorite content and change it to suit their needs. They're, trying to cater to what, their safe audience. But with something like this that I can own and hold, right? Yes, I know it takes up a little bit more space around here, but I have the space to fill, and I'd rather fill it with, you know, energy, objects that have energy that I find it satisfying still. I really want to go back and watch these, eventually. I am going slowly through some of my stuff. Once I go through the Star Wars stuff, I want to go through these again. And each one has a special disc. I think it shows it all in here. I can show you pretty much all in here. There's your forward page. Then you have the Matrix Revisited. There's the index of the movie. Then you have the Matrix. That's the movie itself. Then the Matrix Revisited, which is the behind the scenes making, which again I love just as much as the movie. Then you got the Matrix Reloaded, and then of course you got the Matrix Reloaded Revisited, which is the behind the scenes. So that's four discs already. That you go to. But then, of course, we have another movie and Matrix Revolutions. There's the scene index for all the movies. And of course, even that one has a Matrix Revolutions Revisited, a disc, of behind the scenes making. So far we have the three movies, and each one has a behind the scenes making disc, and they're chock full, full of stuff. And here's another great thing about putting these discs in each one, and there's five separate discs, separate books, like you know what I mean. There's five separate ones, and they each have their own specific thing. I'll show you that here quickly. So for the original Matrix. the Matrix. Oh, that's actually the behind the scenes, an extra disc of behind the scenes stuff. Okay, so I have the Matrix, the original. Yeah, there's the first Matrix movie. It's pretty cool. And then see there's the Matrix and the Matrix Revisited. And I'm not gonna. I'll spare you the next two. Get right to the meat and potatoes, because the fourth disc, right, is the Matrix, the Animatrix, and I also on the other side of my rack there. I'm not gonna go get it. I have the soundtrack to this, the Animatrix soundtrack. I also have the soundtracks to the Matrix Reloaded, but I wouldn't mind getting the soundtracks to the other Matrix movies too, because I do love these soundtracks. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's the Matrix, and then on this fourth disc here we have the Matrix Experience, which is another discs, three more discs of special features. Roots of the Matrix, the Chronicles of the Burly Man, and the Zion Archives. And forget exactly which one, but we'll go back to the booklet here. So as I have been saying, we'll get to yeah. So now see, it has this everything you need to know is all in the book here too. So the Animatrix, then you have Roots of the Matrix. So it's not in that one. It might be in there. The Zion Archives. Let me see. It might say it here. Um, because okay, the other beauty of this box set is that it has so many Easter eggs. I know this is not going to be another short video because I'm on a subject that I love to talk about. So yeah, it has so many little Easter eggs that you by fiddling around on your menus when you get to your menus by fiddling around with it by going in different directions that you don't if the menu says go that way, go the other way, and you could find an Easter egg. Something will pop up, and you just press okay on that, and there is a in here there is on one of the discs. I don't think it says it here, but there is a like a jukebox. It has 40 songs, like 42, yeah, 42 songs, full-fledged songs, and I've played that jukebox about 3 times now, like every song, and that's at least a good 2.5 hours to 3 hours of music, of straight music of a soundtrack, and all the music comes from I don't know if it's on that. I think it might actually be on the first one here. I think it might actually be on the Matrix. Not Revolutions, not Reloaded. The first Matrix. I think it might have. I think it might even be on the Revisited, the Matrix Revisited, that it has that jukebox. Yeah. Yeah, the music revisited. 41 track audio selections of over 3 hours of music. Yeah, yeah, it was on the first disc. That. It just started dawning on me. It's like I remember it has to be on the first disc. It's right there. I see again. You wouldn't get that. You can't really get something with this type of experience off of off of streaming, It's so impersonal. It's so you know, it's designed against you. It's designed all for them. It's not designed for you. You know, so this was designed for you. And that's why I think again, getting the physical. This, me having this set, it makes me happy. Now, okay, let me address something. I'll organize these a little bit better after. Let me address something about one little concern when it comes to physical media, and especially with the company that put this out, which is Warner Brothers. They released this here particular box set in 2004. Okay, this was here. This came. This here. This season five of the fourth season of Smallville. This was, I think, printed in 2008. Okay, so around 2008, 2009, that run for Warner Brothers. This one here has a bit of disc rot. This doesn't play. Although I have not tried it in my Blu-ray player, it actually might read it. We'll see. I'm gonna try again to play this. I have played. They had all played before. I had played every episode in all 10 seasons that I have of this. This is just season four, just to show you. But this one here in particular, it one of this just didn't play. I'm on my DVD player. It didn't read it. It didn't want to play it. Maybe that might play it, but it is a Warner Brother. It is around the time period where that that particular you know manufacturing of these particular at that particular time, they had a shoddy manufacturing plant. So yeah, these Warner Brothers are susceptible. But this being 2004, okay, this Matrix experience thing here, it's just far enough back that I don't think these are tainted. I still really want to watch every single disc in this set eventually, like everything in it, just to see that it make sure that it all still works. And I want to watch it all anyway because I do love it, and especially with that TV and that Blu-ray player. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm not gonna drag this out. I brought a lot of things out here to talk about. I can sort of briefly go through some of that. Okay, well, I'll show this first. I'll just briefly show this. My three favorite movies that I own. Of course, my favorite movie is in this beautiful steel box with the two disc special edition. Two disc set is beautiful. I love the second disc. There's four separate commentaries. You know, you just can't get that personableness from a streaming site. So anytime I think about even with Disney Plus, because I really want to see Get Back, the Beatles special there from but I really don't want to give Disney Plus any service. I really don't. I want to. I rather go and find eventually when I have the money. That'll probably be in probably January, February coming up. When I have extra money, I would love to go hunting and actually buy Get Back and even maybe a couple of those Beatle movies that I saw, like Help, for example. Because why not? It's awesome. If I can get a little box set of Beatle movies like Help and Yellow Submarine and that on it, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Now quickly another little quick highlight. Like I have this 25th anniversary edition of Akira. It's I love it. I love it. It has everything I need on it. It has of course again two discs, second disc of beautiful special features and everything. It has the movie in two different versions. Like I can actually watch it in this. I watched the original trailers, the original commercial, the U.S. trailers, and the original trailers. And oh yeah, like it's cool. Um, and I think it has like two different versions of the movie too. Uh, I haven't watched it in a while. I still remember the first time I bought this, and I mean that's another story for another time. But I still remember, yeah, the story of the first time I played this and watched this. Okay, this very disc that I'm holding in my hand. No, because I had this before. This is the second time I own this. Yeah, But the first time I actually had this particular movie in my hand, yeah, uh, I'll save that for another time. Again, very quickly, this is a highlight. I have all. Yeah, yeah, I know. It's the Hunger Games. I do have a Hunger Games shirt. I don't know where it is. It's a little small for me, but I still kind of wear it. I don't care. I haven't worn it in a while, but I do have a Hunger Games shirt. But this is the eight disc set of all the movies in the series, of course. You know, all four movies, all three chapters of it, basically, and and each one has a behind the scene making, an extra disc of behind the scenes making. I watched all of this. I love it. You know, of course, I still have like the Ghostbusters 1 and 2 little box, a beautiful little box set. You know, again, that physical media. I have a beautiful box set of all three of the back, like the 30th anniversary of the Back to the Future movies, or is it 20, or it's an anniversary edition of the Back to the Future movies, all three movies, plus an extra disc of special features, and even those were chock full of special features. So so just to show you, this is my love for the physical media. I will never, you know, the only Quentin Tarantino movie I am missing is The Hateful Eight. I have everything else. As you can see, I have Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Django Unchained, Inglorious Bastards. Yeah, and then like, well, I have this first Reservoir Dogs. I bought this like only for a couple of bucks at a thrift stop. And like only two, only about yeah, it was only $2, but it's a two disc special edition, the 15th anniversary of Reservoir Dogs. So it has a lot more content. Yes, I have Reservoir Dogs on here, and plus all those other movies you see, like Jackie Brown, Kill Bill 1 and 2, Death Proof, you know, Pulp Fiction, of course. So I mean, this is a so Reservoir Dogs is on there, of course, but you know, I and I had this already. I had Reservoir Dogs already, but when I seen that this two disc special edition, of course I picked it up. You know, because I'm like that. Because I like having the extras. I like the extras. Again, that's the collector in me. That's the collector in me that when I see something like that, especially at a decent price, like a couple of bucks at a thrift store, yeah. So yeah. So of course those. um, I had bought this for $40 at Spin It one day. I had the money on me, but I really it was this was such an impulse buy. I went in there for looking for something else and I had found it, right? I had the money for it on me, okay, but I was going to use that money for something else, and as soon as I saw it, just override that and say, nope, I'm buying that instead. You know, when I really couldn't have afforded it at that moment, but I don't regret this. I've watched this a few times. I'm sure this is CBS. This is not going to disc rot on me. So and so, I mean, that's my DVD and Blu-ray, you know, just some highlights. That's not in my whole collection. I do want to consolidate quite a bit of that. There's a lot of movies I have that I'm probably going to get rid of, you know, at one point. I just have to get around to doing it. There's still a lot of organizing around here I need to do, but when I do get to it, you know, yeah, I'll get to it. And so, uh, to continue, just one last beat. This for CD, okay, for music. This for me is the pinnacle of of. I mean, of course, I will always be the biggest fan of the standard, you know, way of CD, okay. But for a presentation of going beyond, above and beyond, and just to aggravate you that, oh, it doesn't fit in my other stuff, but you still get something extra, like, you know, I'm st- I still find having this, and that presentation of, and I'm holding it in my hand, me being able to feel that and open it up and that have that video start. It's about halfway of battery power, but I love that it still comes on. You can turn up the sound in that. I love how the buttons, kind of disappear in the pattern. You can see it on the camera there. So, and then with the way the book is and the way that the album is nicely protected within that sleeve. You know, um, just gotta be careful. I'm taking it out properly. And and the gorgeous artwork. And the feel of that paper. Is it? Yeah, if I could just describe how interesting that feel is, that it does not feel like the rest of the packaging at all for that sleeve. And then there's the other side, just to show you. Again, just to be able to appreciate the artwork. These are pieces of art, that you get to own. You pay a little extra for it, but it is worth the luxury of having a piece of art that's also your entertainment. That's also your music. That's going above and beyond. I'm just trying to get that album back in there properly. Oh, I had it in the wrong way. That's why. There we go. Let's shut that. All right, I babbled enough about this. Again, this was meant to be a shorter video, but you know me, I just can't seem to make shorter videos as much as I tried. This was again a little bit of a test for me to see how fast I can go through that material. 26 minutes. All right. I love you guys. I love doing this, and I'm trying to come out of, think outside the box a little bit of trying to give you good. I'm going to come up with a viral video eventually, soon enough. I do this for myself and I do this for my fans, and I want to talk about that in a future video about selling your soul to try to get views, and that my hang up, I guess, if you can call it a hang up, is that I want to do my videos with integrity. Integrity is very important, and keeping that human element as raw and as real and as personable as I can. I wish, and I do want to get even a little bit more personable and share my love for music and why music and physical media, why it's so important. All right, I'm okay. I am now officially done. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. I will love you forever and greatly appreciate it. And you see that I always wait until the end of the video to do these, little blurb things, to try to get you to, I could do that. I could do this at the beginning, very beginning of my videos, right as soon as, hello everybody, welcome to my weird, wonderful world. Don't forget to subscribe and blah blah blah. But no, I want to give you a presentation first. And if you hear me going through my diatribe and want to click out, okay, whatever. I don't mind. As long as you watch the full bulk of my content, I'm happy. Don't be afraid to hit the like button, because I like those too. And I love comments. I still love comments. I do my best to get to everybody's comments. Not the best at it, but I'm a busy guy. And as you see, the last couple of days, I couldn't make a video because I was just preoccupied and doing this and doing that. And as much as I want to do a video, and even right now, I'm doing this on my day where I usually have to go to work a little earlier than usual. I usually don't have a lot of time on Sundays, but I wanted to make the time to make a video for you guys. All right. Now I'm really done. Everybody, please be safe. Take care. I will see you on the flip side. And please, everybody, have a great day, evening, morning, night, or afternoon, wherever you may be. Peace, everybody.